What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we back again for the season finale of Married to Medicine. Very lackluster, but it was cute all in the same. So this is season 10, episode 14, the Met Gala. So we get into it, and basically we are still in Hilton Head, and they're getting ready for everybody to get together to celebrate the 10 years of them being together and going on trips as couples and all of that. Prior to that, they had everybody, you know, like the women were with the women, the men were with the men. Some of the couples were doing like Toya and Eugene was doing kayaking or whatever. But I don't really think this video gonna be long because really wasn't nothing to say. It was only a couple of things that I actually really wanted to talk about, because Jackie, Heavenly, and Simone and Alicia were sitting around while they were still up in Hilton Head, right? And they was talking to her. And Jackie had said, girl, the only thing that I really want to know, Alicia, is what happened to the missed $150,000. And everybody was like, because listen, baby girl, when your husband was saying the stuff that he was saying, we was on your side. And we was about to come to your defense until he said that you done did something with $150,000. Now, what happened to it? And basically, she was trying to say that she don't remember. She hadn't been buying nothing for herself, so it had to been for the kids. And they like, $150,000. You don't know what would you spend $150,000 on? And Dr. Simone was like, don't lie, okay? And then they get into that whole situation. Like I said, like it felt like, get your own account and put some money up into it. That's basically what it was, you know. Then that's what it sounded like, you know, and that's what they was telling her, you know, that's what you need just in case something else goes on and all of that stuff or whatever. But then, you know, you got Dr. Heavenly saying that she liked Dr. Alicia because Alicia and Kimma, well, Damon and Kimma, they are the same. And I said, what? Dr. Damon? In the same as the sense of what? So we get to him and he basically said, yeah, he agreed with some of the stuff that he says. It's just that he's not vocal with it. You know, that, you know, there should be leadership in a relationship. I get that. But the reason why we can take it more so coming from Damon is because when Damon says that he agrees with some of the things that Kima says about the leadership, probably submissive or whatever, that's because you got a wife that really gonna do that. And the way that Damon put it out there, he's not putting it out there in a way that we find it so freaking cringe. Well, I still find it cringe that, you know, she called that man daddy and he called her buddy, but that's neither here nor there, okay? She on that Monique tip. She literally on that Monique tip, right? But at the same time, they do feel the same way to a certain extent. But we don't see Dr. Damon really trying to put it out there to embarrass his wife that this is how I feel or whatever. And when they're in a group and all that stuff, something about the way Kima does it and put it out there is it gives very much young. It gives very much, I'm not mature yet in my relationship. You know what I'm saying? But Dr. Damon, I'm not surprised, but he gives a little bit more maturity in a way to run around that, you know? So, and then having a wife like Heavenly, of course, you could be dumb to think that you don't, because she got that. We'll talk about Heavenly in a second, because that's basically really why I came on here. So everybody getting together, they getting ready, they celebrating the 10 years, they doing this Illumina party. Baby, it was giving Renaissance, okay? It was giving disco and all of that, silver and everything. So they just come together, they have a little dinner before they have a little dance, and they just going around talking about what they learned in their relationships and stuff and being together. Who has ever talked about divorce or brought up divorce? And basically all of the couples have. Kima, you know, Alicia said she brought it up when, or she was thinking about it when she was pregnant with the twins, or was it, they do have twins, I think. When she was pregnant with the twins or whatever, and he still wanted her to be up in the kitchen cooking and doing all this stuff on swollen ankles. And she said, no, ma'am, this is not what's going to happen. Okay. Eugene was talking about the fact that you know, he come from a marriage where, or a family where the man, his mom and daddy was married. Should they have been divorced? Yes, but they stayed married. And, you know, it was one of those situations where he realized that he had gotten lazy in the relationship. And so, you know, I'm not surprised that it was brought up in any relationship. It don't even have to matter about what status and what the look of it. I feel like in just about every marriage or whatever, you will have that time where you have thought about, I don't want to be with this fool no more. I don't want to be with this woman no more. You know what I'm saying? That type of situation. So for them saying stuff like that and bringing it up, we're not surprised. We know about Simone and Cecil. Simone actually filed, but they didn't go through with it. Phaedra was talking about, if I was with this group of people, maybe she wouldn't be divorced right now. She probably would have helped her relationship. No. Him going to jail and prison, that just was what it was or whatever. You wasn't finna stay around for that man. But hey, it is what it is. And the fact that Apollo is coming onto the reunion, I honestly don't get it. I really don't. And I'm trying to understand it. Like, is it a ratings ploy or something? I mean, do we even care? Like, you didn't even tell us the inside. Like, for those that don't even watch or didn't watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta when you were on the show, who know nothing about your husband, do they really care to know any, or your ex-husband, do they even really care to know? What are we about to get out of here? It feels very stunts and showsy. Like, is this to secure your position on the show because you really didn't bring anything this season? You maybe talked about Apollo probably twice this whole season, and it was just to tell people that, you know, he don't do this and he don't do that, and that's it. You ain't expound on it or nothing, you know, or you shut it down, okay? And so now you bring him onto the reunion, and it's like, what's the reason? It makes absolutely no sense. But I'm hearing that she's trying to get over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So what's the point? I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, basically everybody go through their whole struggles, and then they go out there and they have a little dance party and they have fun and all that. It was cute. Let me tell you something, Sweet Tea, you gonna have to get a bra that works, okay? Baby, reduction, all right? Sweet Tea and her boobs remind me of my mama and her boobs, because goddamn, I know your back hurt, baby girl. I know your back hurt. When she put that that silver jumpsuit on, which looked nice on her, and they was like, is it gonna stay up in there? Because some things was like bazookas, okay? And then at the little Met Gala thing, the way that her boobs were, because they was so much in that strapless gown, I said, oh my God. It looked a little weird because it was just so much. And they were pushed up so much. Well, I said, shit, I know Greg could be having a time with those. But anyway, so you get into that and everything's good, right? So that was the end of the couples trip. Everybody goes back home. And then they're getting ready for the Met Gala. They trying to get together and have something for the medical community to come together, have a little, you know, party and all this stuff, emulating the Met Gala, but calling it the Met Gala. I thought that was a cute little concept, a cute little play on words. And we see Dr. Jackie and Heavenly talking about everything that's going on with this whole situation. And we see Phaedra show up, and basically Heavenly don't want Toya to be on the step and repeat or to have her wine there sponsored and all that, because she refuses to pay the $1,000 that everybody else is paying too, because she feels as though, as Toya was talking to Simone and Eugene, or Simone and Cecil, and Eugene was there saying the same thing that Toya was, well, if I'm providing the wine, that's probably going to come out to practice. Well, Eugene gave an example of $40 a case, or $40 a wine bottle, and times how many is 3 cases of wine. And it came out to like $1,400, right? So you already donate. You're donating $1,400, which, if she said, is 55 plus. So that's over 2,000. Could be 3. And you putting all that in there for free, and she feels as though, and even him, that, you know, she shouldn't have to pay the $1,000. Okay, honestly, when you doing something for charity and you doing something to help people out, and at the counter say, I really do feel like Toya should have paid. you can offer service on the side, but I feel like you should have paid and just call it a day. It wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Because people do this all the time. And it just really looked like you was just trying to do some freebie type stuff or whatever. But at the same time, when they actually get there to the Met Gala, right? Simone was cool with the whole thing, right? And then when Heavenly saw that everything was there, Heavenly really wanted the stuff to come down. Toya, she said, fuck this shit. I'm finna get up there and I'm finna put my poster up, put my banner up, and y'all drinking my wine to the point where there was no more wine glasses or whatever. And so what bothered me about this whole thing was the fact that when they did the speech, Heavenly gets up there and said, where's Toya? Where's Toya? Well, Toya, she ain't up here because, you know, she ain't on sponsorship because she ain't pay. She ain't pay. She ain't do this. She ain't do that. And I'm sitting here like, what? We'll get to that in a second, because there is a time in a freaking place, okay, for everything to happen. At one point, Eugene had to pull Dr. Damon to the side after saying that was some rude shit. And he was like, hold on, don't do that. Don't do that. He was like, no, I'm just trying to tell you, you know, for your wife to put that out there like that to try to make it seem like we cheap as hell or something like that, or we ain't got the money. And Damon understood. Now, Damon, I'm gonna have to get on you for a second, because we want people, like, at some point in time, you're going to have to put your foot down if you really talk about leadership and all this stuff. And I get it that, you know, you don't want, I don't know, whatever. You don't want to get involved in all this mess. That's fine, because I wouldn't either. But when you know your wife has done something that's so messed up, you can intervene and step in and tell her, no, you're not supposed to do that. To sit there on that couch while y'all sitting there in that confessional and they asking, do you think that, you know, what she did was wrong, calling out Toya, and Heavenly saying, no, it was the right place, the right time. Dr. Damon, you laughing and saying basically, you just gonna agree with whatever she do. You know damn well that was fucking wrong, okay? You know that your wife starts stuff a lot of the times. And it's okay to tell her, don't do that. Don't do that. You're not treating her like a child. You're not disrespecting her as a human or as a woman. You're just saying there's a time and a place, and you don't need to do that. It don't need to be chaos everywhere you go. Yes, you can be blunt. Yes, you can be real. Yes, you can be outward with everything, whatever, and upfront. But that don't mean that you have to be disrespectful. And you have to choose certain inconvenient times to want to call people out for what? For what? You know? And I'm so glad that Toya didn't give her much and they didn't go back and forth. It was embarrassing enough, okay? Y'all saw Anila there. She was just there to be there. Quad popped up. And at this point, I honestly don't understand why. Granted, the way that they kicked her off, that was messed up, but this is a thing about medicine. You are not with medicine anymore, and you haven't been for years. So why are you here? It was just to show your face, just to say that you're good. Okay, fine. You're good. All right. And then to say that you got another event to go to. Let me tell you something, Toya. You trying to act like you was unbothered or whatever by her showing up, talking about something. Oh, look at that. Came in at the right time, because now it's time for me to go. And we walked right past the unbothered, bothered, very much so, to the point that you chose that time to leave, and the point that you had to point out that you were unbothered by her presence. You bothered, very much so, okay? She still has that effect on you, and that's just really all to it. Quad talking to Sweet Tea and then telling Dr. G to come over, seeing that he's visibly uncomfortable. Now, I don't care about Dr. G at all, but I just felt like this whole thing, that whole interaction was totally unnecessary. I wouldn't give a damn what my ex thought about me and my new relationship, especially if I've already moved on and, you know, it's been years. So why do you care to congratulate, to say hello, to do this and ask him how he doing and all that stuff, especially somebody that was terrible to you? Child, F that. Okay, my feelings is I'd be like, I hope that nigga right. Okay, that'll be how I am. I'm like, Kim, I don't care, you know. And he was so uncomfortable. You know, he was so uncomfortable. But at the same time, I feel like he was uncomfortable because he know, you know, everything that Quiet put out there and Quiet said was the truth. That's why I feel like, but, you know, that's just what was going to happen with that situation. It was totally unnecessary. And I just feel like she popped up to stunt and she left. That shit. But hey, it is what it is. Dr. Jackie said, "Hey girl, it's time for me to go." She went and said hello and bye to Sweet Tea and her sister. Her sister was like, "Yo, Dr. Jackie, I'm a soror. You my soror." She was like, "Oh my God, that's why I like you better." Okay, that was cute. That was a cute little shade. And that's basically what the episode was. But let me get into Dr. Heavenly right quick. Because I'm the type of person that I could like you or tolerate you because I can find the funny in some of the things that you do. And I can also call your ass out on some of the things that you do as well when it's necessary. I can do what your husband don't do in public to your ass, okay? And that's no shade, but that's just what it is. Because at this point, it's getting goddamn ridiculous, all right? This whole beef and feud that you got going on with Sweet Tea, mind you, you brought this lady on this show. You advocated for her to come on this show only to flip on her and to make her such this villainous person in your book, because that's how you're going back and forth with her. Truth be told, Sweet Tea ain't really do nothing. I mean, I can sit here and honestly say, after looking at this whole season and looking at her role in it, Sweet Tea didn't do anything to deserve the amount of hate that she does get. She has done some things that kind of rubbed a couple of us the wrong way or whatever. But the immense amount of hate that she get, she don't deserve it, okay? She just being her, you know? Whether it's her appearance or the way she sound or who she married, she's just being her. She's just being her, okay? And the way that Heavenly be coming at her and coming at her relationship is wrong as hell. Y'all talk about each other's relationship. But then when people talk about your relationship, you get up in your feelings. You don't put your relationship on TV. It's smart, but at the same time, it's tired. It's tired. Because people are tired of the fact that your ass keep coming on this show. No shade. You give comic relief. You give bluntness sometimes, and realness sometimes. Very sometimes. And when I say sometimes, that's very small. But yeah, you can comment on everybody else's relationship and their issues or whatever, but we don't see nothing of yours. So they can't really comment on it from what we see, you know, which tells me it's not the way that you claim it is. Even in the show, you said you embellish a little bit or whatever. But hey, it is what it is, you know. And my thing is this whole back and forth that you got going on with Sweet Tea, and I don't give a damn who started it. I don't understand the getting on social media and y'all showing out to each other. Y'all showing out for the public and everything. Say that shit for the reunion, okay? That's how I feel. The reunion has already recorded. The reunion has passed. Y'all have filmed it and everything. Move on with your life. Why are we still going back and forth with each other? And then, I mean, for some people, y'all love that back and forthness or whatever. Y'all get a little kiki, that's fine, whatever. When it's cute, when it don't do too much, a little bit of shade here, a little bit of shade there. We get it. That's how these shows goes, okay? It goes with the territory, all right? That's no complaint there. But my thing is, when it gets to the point where you start becoming so fucking nasty and so vile and foul in the things that you say, I know y'all saw that Twitter exchange that was going on because it was on the blogs as well. That Twitter exchange that went on between Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly. I don't know how it started, and I honestly do not care. Because at this point, instead of attacking her, she starts attacking Sweet Tea. You start attacking Dr. G. And as she put it, it's because she don't have nothing to attack, so let me go after her husband. Okay, so when people start going after your husband, don't say nothing. When people start accusing your husband of stuff, don't say nothing, all right? Because fair is fair, right? In your logic, you know, because it is what it is, right? Also, when you went after that lady, and this is what really got me talking, because, you know, usually the banter back and forth don't really get to me. But then you talked about Dr. G. Granted, we don't care about him. We heard about the allegations against him when it came to Quiet and the abuse and all that stuff or whatever. Yes. So therefore it's fuck him forever. But at the same time, putting hashtag abuser, putting hashtag, you know, calling him a thing, you know, I don't want to say it because I'm not finna be brought up with nothing. Calling him something about dealing with kids in the negative way, that was wrong as shit. And that's where the line you stepped the fuck over and then some. You want to destroy this man's reputation because of his wife. Granted, okay, but you calling him something that is so harmful. And then you want to say that he has no respect in the community. Do you really think you got respect right now? Do you really think that these other doctors don't be just laughing at your ass and talking crap about your ass because of the way that you act on social media, the way that you act on this show and all this stuff? You got to be a fool to think that you have that really, you so respected. You're not on the Dr. level, Dr. Jackie level of respect. And that has got a little chink in it, as we saw earlier this year. You know? So let's not. And for you to put out an allegation like that, I don't care if it's in a hashtag or not, that is a harmful allegation. And it's like, can you prove it? If you just throwing stuff out there just to get back at his wife or whatever, and then you coming to him, you talking about him and his reputation and what he allegedly has done or whatever, but Chad, we have never heard anything about that. And now all of a sudden, because y'all two going at each other, you want to put that out there on him? That's fucked up. Especially if you have no proof of it. Especially if it is a lie. I know people want to go low or whatever because somebody go low with you. But damn it, bitch. No, if they decide to sue you, and that's what people saying. They can sue you, and you talk about some, okay, and so what? I can counter sue. Baby, that's not good. You can counter sue, but yet you making it seem like, oh, you got the upper hand because you can counter sue. No, girlfriend. See, that's when you think you're too big for your britches and you're too smart for your own self, okay? Because you're putting your foot in your own goddamn mouth. And you're going to mess up your own shit. You're going to self-destruct on your own. You self-sabotaging at this point. Why would you do that? And especially if you ain't got proof of nothing happening. Don't put out shit when there's no proof of it, okay? You saw exactly what happened with the Cardi B situation or whatever. She took that lady to court and now she owe her money. Because she lied on her. Allegedly. She lied on her, right? That same thing can happen to you, baby, too. Okay? I mean, like, you playing with your fucking medical license and all that stuff, putting out these allegations. You playing with your future on this show. And I'm sitting here like, so is we going to give Dr. Heavenly the same treatment, or is Barbara going to give Dr. Heavenly the same treatment that they gave Phaedra when Phaedra lied on, put that allegation against Candy? Because that was terrible, too. That was terrible, too. Because, and it's just like, having you be thinking like you can get away with a whole bunch of shit. You think you can get in and say and do anything. You ain't met the right person to put your ass in your place. For real, for real. And I feel like it's foul as hell. And usually I laugh at certain stuff you do because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it's funny to me. But this ain't funny. And it's getting ridiculous. And you need to grow the fuck up. Okay? Grow up. But anyway, that was the finale. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. I'll see y'all later. Peace.